If you've ever looked at a brand and thought, how does it get to that point? This is how I go from nothing to a full design step by step, and honestly, most people skip the most important part. Okay, so this is my entire design process in 5 minutes. This is mainly for brand identity, which is what I focus on the most. This is also the exact process I use with clients. Nothing too fancy, just what actually works. And I feel like once you understand this, designing becomes way less overwhelming. Before I even open Illustrator, I need to understand the brand. Like, what is it? Who is it for? What does it want to say? What feeling should people get when they see it? This usually comes from a brief, but I also ask a lot of questions apart from that. Cause like sometimes clients don't even fully know what they want yet. So this step is basically me trying to figure out what story are we telling. If you skip this part, the design might look nice, but it won't connect. And that's usually when clients say like something feels off, but they don't know why. Then I move into research, which is honestly one of my favorite parts. I don't just jump into designing, I explore directions first. I usually create between 2 to 3 concepts, and each one of them has a different vibe, different references, and different energy. And for each concept, I make a mood board, some keywords related to that concept, colors, visual ideas, and sometimes even typography references. And this part is not about being perfect. It's just about exploring. Sometimes one concept is more minimal, another one can be more playful, another more bold, just to see what actually fits better for the brand. And then I show all of these concepts to the clients and ask which one feels right to you. Not like which one looks better or which one do you think it's more pretty, but which one feels more aligned to you. This specific step saves so much time later because basically we're choosing a direction before the actual details. Once we have a direction, once the client already chose which concept they want to go with, I start designing. This could be a logo, a packaging design, a social media design, whatever the project is. And something important, I don't just make one option because that's like quite boring. I try a lot of things, like a lot. Different fonts, layouts, compositions. Sometimes I start something and delete it completely. At first, that really frustrated me, but like now I see it as part of the process because even the bad ideas you once designed are helping you get closer to the good ones. I also don't focus on perfection at this stage. Like, this is more about getting the ideas out of my brain. Sometimes it's quite complicated because you just get a creative block and just can't get out of that block. So you just have to explore a lot of things. Like, go outside, maybe. Sometimes you have to go outside to explore those ideas, and that's also okay. After that, after this whole process of exploring and designing and creating different things, I choose my top 3 designs. These are the strongest ones. Not random, not rushed. I refine them a bit so they look presentable to the clients, but those are not the final one yet. And like when I send them to the clients, I just don't tell them like pick one. That's just not how it works. I usually explain each design, like why it works, what it communicates, how it connects to the brands, and where it could go visually. Because, like, design is not making things look good, it's about making them make sense. Once the client chooses one direction, I go into the details. This is where everything gets polished. Spacing, proportions, color adjustments, alignments, and small details that people don't even notice, but those small little things make a big difference. This part can take quite a lot of time, but like it's what makes the design feel more clean and intentional. Like this is the difference between going from okay to wow. And finally, I prepare the files. This is more of a technical step, but it is quite important. I organize everything so that the client can see it and find it easily in the different formats like PDF, the editable Illustrator file, PNG, everything that can be used, the logo variation, color codes, typography. Sometimes I also include a small guide so they know how to use everything correctly. Because a good design, it's not just how it looks, it's how it's used after. So yeah, that's my full process. Of course, every project is a little different, but this is the exact structure I always come back to. It's not about being super creative all the time. It's about having a system you can trust. Because good design doesn't just happen, it's built step by step.